Good morning to all. I, Priya Tiwari, an assistant professor, Faculty of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Rama University, Kanpur. So here I am with the topic on solid dosage form. So starting with the introduction of dosage form. The manner in which drug substances are presented in the market is known as the dosage form. It may be in solid form, semi-solid form, and also in liquid dosage form. Dosage form is a physical form by which drug molecules are delivered into the site of the action. All dosage form have their own properties, but in all dosage form, the solid dosage form is the most convenient for the patient. Before starting the topic, I want to tell some points. Number one is the why we need to for drug convert into the dosage form. First thing is for accurate dose, that we don't have to measure the quantity. Number second is the for protection from the environmental factors, and number three is the most important, that is the masking taste and odor, and many more other things that why pharmacists are converting drug into dosage form. In the second thing, that most of the time we see that many dosage form are available in the market of the same drug. So why need for different dosage form of same drug? First is for the main needs to minimize discomfort and instant relief and improve patient compliances. So after that points, we moving to the topic, that is the solid form. Solid form are the most commonly used because of the stability and ease of mass of production. Now moving to the classification. So here is the two major broad category. Number one is the unit dosage form, and number second is the bulk dosage form. So now first thing is for unit dosage form. So unit dosage form are those dosage form in which we don't have to measure the quantity. For example, like that tablets, capsules, cachets and pills. While in bulk dosage form, we have to measure the quantity except simple and compound powders. So now moving to the classification of unit dosage form. Number one is the tablet. Number two is the capsules. Number three is the cachets, and number last is the pills. So these are the classification of unit dosage form. So as we discuss about the classification of dosage form, so it may be two types. First is for unit dosage form and the bulk dosage form. So here is given the classification of unit dosage form. Number one is the tablet, cachets, capsules and pills and suppository. So starting with the tablets. Tablets are the solid dosage form containing medicaments with or without added excipients. What are the excipients? Excipients are the pharmaceutical substances which are added in the pharmaceutical dosage form, not for their therapeutic action but also to provide the support and stability of the dosage form. Number second is the cachets. Cachets are the drug closed with wafer sheet of the rice. Now moving to the third classification, that is the capsules. So capsules are the drug enclosed with gelatin capsule. Number fourth is the pills, a small tablet containing excipients. Number fifth is the suppositories containing medicaments with or without suitable suppository base. Now moving to the classification of tablets. So tablets are classified into the following category. Number one is the sublingual dosage form, soluble dosage form, chewable tablets, soluble, for example Disprin, sugar coated tablet, for example Advil, film coated tablet, example Valsartan, and effervescent tablet calcium Sandoz, enteric coated tablet like that Lofnac. These are available in the market. Now moving to the cachets classification, so it may be two types. Number one is the dry seal cachets and number two is the wet seal cachets. Capsules is also divided into two categories. Number one is the hard gelatin capsules and number two is the soft gelatin capsules. Now last thing is the suppository. So suppository are divided into five major categories. Number one is the vaginal suppository, number two is the rectal suppository, number three is the rectal, urethral, nose and ear buggies. Now moving to the bulk powders. So bulk powders are those category in which we have to measure the quantity except simple and compound powder. So it may be divided into two broad category. Number one is the powders, number two is the granules. Powders are the solid dosage form containing finely divided particles in micron size. while in granules, aggregates of particles. So these are the classification of powders. Now moving to the powders classification. So powders are divided into three major category. Number one is the bulk powder for external use. Number two is the bulk powder for internal use. And number three is the simple and compound powder. In the category of bulk powder for external use, these are also classified in the following category, like that snuff, dental powder, dusting powder, insufflation, douches, and many more others. So after describing the classification, now moving to the advantages and disadvantages of the solid dosage form. So number one is the it are the more stable than other liquid dosage form. Number two is the it having the longer expiration date because it's having the stability. Self medicated, accurate dose because it's don't need to measure the quantity. And number last is the it is easy to handle and transportation because it don't having the breakage problem. Now in spite of the many advantages, it's also having the disadvantages, like that having poor solubility, most of the drug having poor solubility, so it can't form in the dosage form, solid dosage form. Number two is the difficult to swallowing the tablets, and number last is the not given in the unconscious state. So thank you.